invisible engine behind every JavaScript program. Before your first line of JavaScript even runs, something remarkable is already happening. Variables are materializing. Functions are being registered. An entire invisible world is being constructed in milliseconds. This is the engine behind every line of code you write. Today, we're diving deep into JavaScript's execution model. You'll discover what an execution context really is, how the global and function contexts differ, and why understanding this changes everything about how you write code. An execution context is the environment JavaScript creates to run your code. Think of it as a container. Variables live here. Functions are stored here. It's the stage where your code comes alive. Here's simple JavaScript. A variable, a function call. Looks straightforward, right? But behind the scenes, JavaScript creates an execution context to manage every piece of this code. The global execution context is created first before anything else runs. It's created only once. It exists for your entire program's lifetime. Every global variable and function lives here. This user variable and login function are both global. They're stored in the global execution context. That means they're accessible everywhere in your code. Global scope and action. When you call a function, JavaScript doesn't just run it. It creates a brand new execution context specifically for that function. It gets its own local variables, its own scope, a completely isolated environment for execution. When we invoke greet with the argument JavaScript, a function execution context is created instantly. The parameter name lives in this context. It's local, not global. When the function completes, this context is destroyed. Here's the most important concept in this video. Before JavaScript runs your code, it scans it first. This is the creation phase. Memory is allocated. Variables are registered. Functions are stored. All of this happens before a single line executes. This code logs variable before it's even assigned. How does it work? During the creation phase, JavaScript already registered in memory. Its value? Undefined. This phenomenon is called hoisting. During the creation phase, JavaScript allocates memory slots. Variable identifiers are stored with the value undefined. After memory is allocated, the execution phase begins. Now JavaScript reads your code line by line. Values are assigned. Expressions are evaluated. Functions are invoked. Your code finally runs. Variable a is assigned 10. Variable b gets 20. The expression a plus b is evaluated and stored in result. Then result is logged to the console. Step-by-step execution. The call stack manages all execution contexts. When a function is called, its context is pushed onto the stack. First calls second. Second calls third. Each function call creates a new execution context and pushes it onto the call stack. Think of it exactly like brewing your morning espresso. First, the main script calls boil water, piling it onto the stack. While that runs, it triggers grind beans, stacking another context right on top. But the moment the beans are ready, that function finishes, pops off, and clears the way for serve coffee, to execute and finally empty the stack. Let's see the full picture. The global execution context is created first. The creation phase allocates memory for everything. The execution phase runs your code line by line. Functions create new contexts. The call stack manages everything. This is how JavaScript works under the hood. Every JavaScript program begins with an execution context. The global context starts everything. Functions create new contexts with their own scope. The creation phase allocates memory before execution. The execution phase runs your code, and the call stack orchestrates it all. Now you understand the invisible engine powering JavaScript.